I just think that there's just the small case that England fall into the trap again of just fitting players into positions, and then that's your glaring weakness. I think
It depends what they go in the midfield. So let's say if you do a standard 4-3-3, you obvious one is, let's say you do Bellingham as an advanced right, and then kind of a toss up really between the other defensive midfielders.
Elliot Anderson,
whether it's Elliot Anderson, Adam Wharton,
But then how do
whoever.
you fit a name like Cole Palmer?
But then definitely.
Yeah.
I'm going to be controversial here, and I think people like Foden and Bellingham, and I know they're very good, but the way the sort of players that England have at the moment, I think having one of them or even two of them in sort of actually upsets the balance. A bit like Salah has it, like we were talking about Salah. So you might be able to get away with picking one of them, but I do think there's a case.
It'd be Foden I'd drop personally. I think he's terrible for England. I've never seen. I can't recall one decent Phil Foden performance for England.
I think with Tuchel as well, he's a lot more ruthless than Southgate in terms of making that decision.
I was going to make the exact same. I think Tuchel is going to be much more likely to prioritise the system over the big names. I think he'll be easier to put people on the bench. Like we saw Southgate, he played. Was it an injured Kane in the US final against Spain?
Yeah. Watkins was firing.
I genuinely think if we had Tuchel in charge, he would have started Watkins.
Exactly.
And sure, if England had a loss to Spain, maybe people would have criticised that. Yeah. But
is that?
I want the manager to take that risk though.
Yeah.
You don't want big names, because not big names won't just win you a tournament.
But is that not a case of, like, I know it goes back a long way, but like when Ronaldo started in the World Cup final for Brazil, even though he's slightly injured, is that just not a case that at that point in time, even though Watkins was firing,
You've got that possibility they're going to do that one star.
Kane can do something and win you a match. I don't think Watkins can necessarily. He has his moments, like he did in the semi-final, but he's not necessarily the player that, especially at international level, you think will conjure something out of nothing. Whereas Kane, you sort of think might do.
I think it is up to the manager to sort of figure out what is the best team, what is the best team for a given game. Whether England do go deep in the tournament, let's say Kane is like unfit and he's struggling, he's having a bad World Cup. I want Tuchel to be ruthless.
I agree. I was just playing devil's advocate.
Yeah,
the
no,
thing
of
is,
course.
Like, it's obviously you can see why, but